Mm. What up, everybody? YouTube Live, how's it going? Woo! Tonight is Wednesday night. Oh, sorry, I just got a notification about my computer disk being full. Tonight is Wednesday night, September 25th, 2019. September 25 is the birthday of my favorite Superman, Christopher Reeve, the late great Christopher Reeve. May he rest in peace. So but Christopher Reeve is not the topic of my video today. I was actually, dude, I was out like I bought this Polar Pop and I bought a couple of Cheez It, and I was gonna sit down and edit some videos, video reviews that I will be posting tomorrow morning. The video review of Seberg starring Kristen Stewart and the video review of The Lighthouse starring Robert Pattinson, both of which I saw at Toronto International Film Festival. So I was gonna like sit down and just edit the videos the next couple of hours. But son of a gun, look what happened, dude. Look what was burning up the web and was trending on Twitter these past couple of hours. Freaking A. Marvel Studios head honcho Kevin Feige is developing or is going to make another new Star Wars movie. Why? Why? Dude, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, okay? I love Star Wars just as much as you and just as much as the next door neighbor guy does. But I tweeted like, "Oh, yippee, just what the world needs. Another Star Wars movie because we don't yet have enough of that." Come on, Marvel Comics has like thousands of characters. Dig some more. I'm glad that you're bringing She-Hulk to Disney Plus, and I'm glad that you're bringing uh, these new shows, Falcon and the Winter Soldier and whatnot. I'm glad, Kevin, but why you gotta? Okay, so I'm gonna read to you the article here from the Hollywood Reporter, um, and it just broke like I think, yeah, a couple of hours ago, and now it's like spreading on fire online. And for those of you who don't know, Kevin Feige, of course, is the president of Marvel Studios. And if you don't know, there are about 5 or 6 more new Star Wars movies in development, um, beyond the upcoming Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. That's the one to end the Skywalker saga. So beyond that, Rian Johnson, who gave us The Last Jedi, he's gonna give you tres more trilogy of new Star Wars movies that will not be about Skywalker related stuff. And then guess what? The Game of Thrones guys, David Benioff, DB Weiss, they're also developing Star Wars movies separate from Rian Johnson, separate from Skywalker. And of course, Lucasfilm green lights that one too. Excuse me. And now we have Kevin Feige. Look, I've told you this before, 1,000 times before, okay? It's just when you have too many Star Wars movies happening each year, um, the result is every so often you're gonna get the ones that bomb, like Solo, a Star Wars story. Don't get me wrong, I kind of enjoy that film, but I understand why it was also hated by fans and critics alike, and their arguments are valid. It was not among the greatest of Star Wars movies, okay? It's so if you bust out all these many Star Wars in such a short period of time, it's like you lessen or you minimize what's fun about Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like too much of a good thing. Anything that's too much, like too often, the fun kind of sours out because there's no anticipation for it. There's no rarity in between. There's no rarity. There's no like, man, it's so like we haven't had that in years. It'll be nice to have that again. But no, with Star Wars, like, there'll be another new one. There'll be another new movie in the next 6 months. Not only that, you minimize the fandom, the anticipation of it, you run the risk of minimizing the quality. It's like mass production, dude. Instead of like freaking what Lamborghini or Ferrari, you're producing Toyota. um, so I'm not really happy about this as a fan. Okay, I'm not trashing Lucasfilm or Star Wars franchise, or I'm not trashing Star Wars fans. But come on, you know we don't want to hit Star Wars brain freeze or Star Wars fatigue. This is just too much. All right, let me read to you real quick here what the Hollywood Reporter says here. Um, Kevin Feige is a huge Star Wars fan, of course. Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige is going to be developing. I'm sorry, I have speech impediment tonight. Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige is going to be developing a Star Wars movie as Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy makes new plans for a wave of projects set in the universe, according to the Hollywood Reporter. Feige had discussed a foray into the Star Wars universe in a late summer meeting with Kennedy and studio co-chairman Alan Horn and Alan Bergman, sources say. All right, let's go to the other paragraph here. Some see this move as a prelude to a larger role for Feige within Lucasfilm, while others say it merely reflects the Marvel executive's passion for the franchise. A top Disney source says Kennedy remains in charge with no plans for any changes. One knowledgeable source says Feige has told a major actor that there's a specific role that he would like that actor to play if and when he makes the movie. So according to this, I mean, the article doesn't say details yet as to what Kevin Feige has in mind for this Star Wars film, for this new Star Wars film, as far as you know what timeline that the story will be set in, whether or not it will connect to the Skywalker saga somehow. Nothing, none of those details yet. Other than Kevin Feige is developing a new Star Wars movie. The rest of the article, you can read it online on the Hollywood Reporter. The rest of the article, I kid you not, is just basically laying out the history. I mean, there's a paragraph about Kathleen Kennedy firing solo Star Wars story directors Phil Lord and Chris Miller. I was like, what the hell? Why'd you put that? I mean, unless you've been living under the rock. So anyway, yeah. So that's my sentiment. That's why on the title of this video I put sigh, like that's my reaction, to this news. I'm like, oh no. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to feel this way, you guys? Am I the only one who is not like, am I the only one who's not jumping up and down? Are you, I mean, are people really celebrating over the fact that Kevin Feige is developing a new Star Wars movie? I mean, really? Again, guys, it would not hurt the franchise and it would not hurt us, the fans, if Lucasfilm would just kind of pump the brakes a little bit, spread it out, stretch it out. Like, not every year there's one Star Wars movie, or not every year there are two Star Wars movies. Make room for anticipation, make room for us to look forward to it. having too many Star Wars movie just minimizes the value of being fans of Star Wars, at least in my opinion. And it, again, just like I said earlier, it runs the risk of busting out a Star Wars movie that's not that good, like Solo, you know, or The Last Jedi. I'm surprised that Rian Johnson is allowed to make three more new Star Wars movies after The Last Jedi. Now, granted, I actually like The Last Jedi. I enjoyed it, but just like Solo, I also understand the hatred that the fans have for Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Those arguments and their hatred are pretty warranted, are pretty valid. You know, they make sense. So I'm like, really, Lucasfilm, Ryan Johnson gets to make three more. Now, Knives Out, the new film by Ryan Johnson, is actually pretty entertaining. It came out at Toronto International Film Festival. So I guess, you know, if he makes something that's of his own instead of somebody else's property, Ryan Johnson rocks it. But when it comes to Star Wars, so he makes three more. Game of Thrones guys making at least one more Star Wars movie, or maybe another Star Wars trilogy. So that's a potential of three more new ones. And then we have this extra from Kevin Feige. Kevin. Ah, man. Now, I'm gonna close with this. With the few exceptions of like Thor Ragnarok or Thor the Dark World, some of the Marvel movies that are my least favorite. Um, you can probably throw in the Incredible Hulk there. Generally, Marvel Studios movies have entertained me as audience, as a fan, compared to DC movies. What I'm trying to say, or what I'm getting at, is that um, Marvel has a good track record in terms of giving you quality storytelling and movies. So the only upside to this news about Kevin Feige developing a new Star Wars movie is that there's a chance that it might be good. It depends, of course, on what the concept or what the story that he has in mind. It depends on uh, who he will hire as the screenwriter for this one, or screenwriters. Obviously, according to the article, that he has an actor, a major actor already in mind, or already is in talk with. So, you know, that is star power, of course. But to me, the real power is in the script, is in the story. What is this? That's what I'm curious about. Um, Everything else will have to complement that. So again, Marvel Studios movies have generally, for the better part, for the most part, they've had a good track record of, you know, good quality storytelling. So there's a chance that this Star Wars new movie by Kevin Feige could be good. Now, if you don't like The Last Jedi, then there is probably a chance that Ryan Johnson might disappoint you with the with the next three new Star Wars movies. But I think as far as Kevin Feige goes, he has a better track record uh, when it comes to movies. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh man, seriously though, still I'm gonna keep my expectations at a minimum. You know, I'm not gonna join the others like, yes, yeah, Kevin Feige, thank you for jumping onto the Star Wars bandwagon. I'm not in that camp. I'm not in that camp. I'm in the camp of approach with caution. So, what do you guys think about this latest info? Are you stoked? Are you disappointed? Or are you like me, wondering what the hell? Why do we need another Star Wars movie? There's just too many, too often. What do you think of it? And if you are stoked, and excited about this new Star Wars movie by Kevin Feige. What do you want the story to be about? And who do you want to star, or who do you want to see starring in this new Star Wars movie? Let me know your thoughts, suggestions of casting, your theories uh, for the story in the comment section below. All right, that's it. I'm gonna edit some more video reviews now. So stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and if you can help support my channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this.